property owner, I felt this message deep down in my spirit. Delayed does not mean that you are denied. Delayed does not mean that you are denied. My name is Brittneyann Cover. I help property owners like you who don't know where to start sell their property in 30 to 60 days so that you can move on to other projects. In today's video, I'm going to use myself for example. About a few years ago, I decided that I wanted to sell my first property that I bought at 23 years old. The property was out of town, out of state from where I live now, which is Orlando, Florida. The property was in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So I flew out and I wanted to get this property sold pretty quickly. I interviewed two realtors. The first realtor was someone I was familiar with through mutual friends, and the second person was the listing agent who sold me the property when I purchased it 5 years prior. The first realtor that came by, he walked the property, didn't give me much recommendations, and at the end he gave me a high number for where he thought that the property was worth, the value he thought the value of the property was worth. And I didn't believe that the property was worth that much money. On top of that, he did not give me any recommendations, and later that day he told me that he would send me the listing agreement and things of that nature. The second realtor was completely different. As soon as he walked in the property, he began to give me recommendations on what he thought would bring up the value for the home, which I greatly appreciated. After we walked through the property, I did begin to feel overwhelmed by all of the recommendations that he had given me, but I knew that it was in my best interest to get those recommendations completed so I can get the highest and best price for the property. Not to mention, he came with proof to back up the amount that I wanted to sell the property for. He gave me proof of all of the properties that have been sold in the area, and we agreed on a price. Instead of him telling me what he thought the property was worth, we agreed on a price. And he was ready, this realtor was ready to work. He brought his listing agreement and he was ready to work that same day. Not like the other realtor. I felt like I was being delayed a bit, and I also felt like I was being denied because of all of the recommendations, but I knew that this was just setting me up to get the most money in that market at the time. Needless to say, all of the improvements, the recommendations was completed, and I ended up getting $25,000 more than what I planned on, what $25,000 more than what the property was listed for. Still not that high price that that other realtor recommended, because he definitely would have had me delayed and denied because the property would have been listed too high in that market. Overall, I say that the recommendations, although it felt like I was being delayed, it felt like I was being denied, but it set me up to make the highest and best price in that market. And if you are looking for an experience like that when you are selling your property, give me a call. I help property owners sell their property in the least amount of time for the most money in today's market with little to no hassle. Also, while I have you here, Who do you know in the Orlando and its surrounding areas that need assistance with buying or selling real estate? I would love to assist them. Please share with me their contact information, or all of my contact information will be on my page or in the description box of this video. And I truly look forward to talking to you all. You are not delayed. You are not denied. You are just being set up to make the most money for your property in today's market. Talk to you all soon.